Welcome to the first episode of A4 Digest. In this video, we discuss the 4 A's that will define the next decade. In a world where we've become obsessed with speed, faster data, faster results, faster everything, we've forgotten about something fundamental. That progress without purpose can actually make us less human. That's why I started this channel, A4 Digest. A space to slow down, think deeply, and explore the 4 forces that I believe will define the next decade, not just in technology, but in how we live, work, lead, and connect. I call them the 4 A's: artificial intelligence, academia, athletes, and altruism. Together, they represent a new kind of intelligence, one that's not just artificial or academic, but deeply human. Firstly, let's deep dive into AI, also known as the augmented mind. AI has moved beyond code and computation. It's now a mirror reflecting back who we are and, in many ways, who we might become. But here's the thing. AI is only as good as the prompts and questions we ask it. The real revolution isn't that machines are getting smarter. It's that we are being forced to redefine what smart even means. True intelligence is not just prediction, it's perception. It's not about answering faster, it's about understanding deeper. And so the challenge for us as scientists, thinkers, and citizens is to make AI not just powerful, but purposeful. To build systems that amplify empathy, not just efficiency. Because if we get AI right, it won't replace us, it will reveal us. And then we have academia, the rebirth of curiosity. For too long, academia has been seen as an ivory tower, disconnected from the pulse of real life. But in the decade ahead, I believe we're going to see something remarkable, a renaissance in how we learn and discover new knowledge. The next generation of scholars won't just publish papers, they'll build platforms. They'll use storytelling, simulation, and AI to democratize knowledge far beyond the walls of a university. The real professors of the future won't be defined by their titles, but by their impact. They'll blend rigor with reach, depth with digital fluency, and maybe, just maybe, we'll return to what education was always meant to be. Not a system, but a spark. Now, when we talk about athletes, we can explore the science of human potential on a robust level. Athletes are the living embodiment of data in motion. They push the limits of physiology, psychology, and physics, all in real time. But beyond the numbers, there's something poetic about sport. It's where milliseconds meet meaning. In the next decade, the boundaries between sport, science, and simulation will blur. We'll train not only muscles, but our minds. We'll see athletes become researchers, researchers become innovators, and innovators become storytellers. What we learn from sport will no longer stay on the field. It will shape how we make decisions under pressure, how we lead teams, and how we adapt in uncertainty. Sport will remain the purest laboratory of human potential. Lastly, we have the 4th one, altruism, which I believe would be the currency of the future. From A4 Digest, which is the most important A? Nah, it's not AI. It is altruism. Because in a hyper-connected, high-performance world, compassion will be the ultimate competitive advantage. We talk so much about AI, but what about authentic intelligence? The ability to care, to connect, to contribute. In the next decade, the most successful organizations won't just innovate for profit, they'll innovate for purpose. They'll measure not only ROI, but RHI, return on human impact. And individuals like you and I will be remembered less for what we built and more for who we helped. That's the kind of legacy that people will inevitably work towards. In light of all of this, what kind of convergence do we think will manifest? In other words, what happens when we combine all of these 4 A's together? When AI meets academia, we get the democratization of knowledge. When academia meets athletes, we get embodied intelligence, learning through action. When athletes meet altruism, we get purpose-driven performance. And when altruism meets AI, we get humanity that is re-engineered for good. That's the confluence I believe will define the next decade. A world where intellect meets empathy, where science meets soul. So, in summary, Every week on A4 Digest, we'll explore the convergences and divergences of these ideas, whether it is neuroscience, sport, health, AI, ethics, or human creativity, not only in theory, but in practice. Because these 4 A's aren't just concepts, they will become choices, guiding how we live, lead, and build the future. The next decade won't be defined by technology alone. It will be defined by the humanity we bring to it. So if you're ready to think deeply, question boldly, and imagine differently, welcome to my new channel, A4 Digest. Until next time.